Sterling is a college that's entirely focused on ecological thinking and action. It's a college that throughout its history has really tried to connect more deeply with the liberal arts and the idea of humans in nature and the human relationship with nature. We also had the distinction of really promoting a learning pedagogical model that's deeply experiential and takes into consideration the learning that happens both in the classroom, through academics, in the field, and through work. So we're also recognized as a federal work college.
A lot of people think that horse and oxen are old tech, and they are old tech, but in fact, like 80% of the world is still smallholder farmers. And without animal power, you're doing all that farming by hand. So, and in a lot of places, the skills have been lost. And so, the draft program in the United States, the fact that we have actively kept the programs going, the fact that we have large Amish communities doing this work every day at a really high level, we have the most advanced animal-powered tech in the world. And so sharing that with the rest of the world is actually critical. So keeping it alive here, that's part of our mission, and that's why we do it. And another reason is that in the future, right, where our agriculture systems are going to need to look a lot different than they do now. And some of that may be exploring all of the options. So even if it's old tech, we still have to think, is it appropriate tech? And if it is, we need to start incorporating it back into our small farms and the networks that I think we're building. We do spend a lot of time outside, but we also spend a lot of time thinking about, thinking, reading, how did we get here? What are all the current practices and where can we go?
I think students in general are attracted to the idea of living in a small, kind of intentional community in a rural place. I think students are attracted to the idea of learning experientially, of spending about half of their time outside, not being stuck inside of a kind of industrial classroom. I know that some students are really drawn to the field studies programs and the opportunity to go to other countries and other parts of the United States. And other students, the priority is just living in a small community. That's really the main draw. There's a few students whose probably number one priority for being here would be the work program and the fact that they're going to learn real life work skills while they're here.
I came to Sterling College because of its size, because of its intentionality to environmental ethics, as well as the outdoor education program seemed like a good balance between education and technical skills teaching.
I do a lot of sustainable food systems work, and one of the things I'm doing is a kind of a heritage garden seed saving project in partnership with some Abenaki partners in the state. And so I spent a lot of my summer in the gardens, planting and tending to corn, beans, squash, among other things. Now in the fall semester, we're out in those garden patches, learning about different crop plants and origins and where they come from and seed saving efforts and things like that. So it's this continuity with practical projects that I can do literally in the ground, right? And then getting students out there.
Ecology is the center of the curriculum, and everything else that we offer, all the other majors that we offer, they require ecology as this foundation to the understanding. What's the point of being an outdoor educator if you don't have fundamental ecological principles internalized? What's the point of being an agriculturalist if you haven't got those fundamental ecological principles internalized?